I'm Rob Cole. Welcome to a special edition of Leisure Kingsport. This is our holiday edition, and in this episode we're going to visit the Allendale Mansion, we're going to visit Netherland Inn, and we're going to drop by the Exchange Place, and our goal, of course, is to get you in the Christmas spirit. But first we're going to finish a little music here, and then we're going to take a quick tour here at Allendale Mansion. Rod, thank you for the tour. Boy, this sure does have my Christmas spirit at a high right at this moment.
You know, Rob, this always gets everything going. During our Christmas tours, every year I will have some people come in here. They'll say, okay, I've toured Allendale now. I've got a lot of great ideas. I'm kind of in the spirit, so I can get home and get going on my decorating, on my cooking, and just get in that holiday spirit. So that happens every year with us out here.
Oh, I could see why. Boy, this is, this is perfect inspiration to really get you in the spirit. You wouldn't share your decorators with me for a day, would you?
Well, I would. You know, Christian Barclay is kind enough to come out with, he works with Friends of Allendale every year to come up with some different looks at Allendale. It doesn't look the same. It's close sometimes. Some of the rooms we don't change every year, but we try to mix and match and move things around, mix it up a little bit. We buy some new decorations every year and add you know, from place to place. Last year we had some artwork in the house. This year we're going to have Dave Berry will be bringing some of his antique toys out here, which are always neat to look at, because us old people can look at them and think, I remember when I used to have that. I wonder what my mother did with it. But those are fun things to look at, get people thinking. Show the children, show the young children who are used to electronic toys what toys used to be like. It's kind of neat, neat doing it. Oh, yeah. But we've got a lot going on, and we certainly are looking forward to having people come out and tour the first Saturday and Sunday in December.
Right. This is a big event for Allendale. I think this is a big event for the city of Kingsport. As we've been talking about, I can't imagine a better way to start off the Christmas season, Rod.
No, and you know, people need to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
And it's important to know one thing. December, even with the wedding months, is our busiest month of the year. We're rented virtually every day during the month, and for that reason, we always shut down the first Saturday and Sunday. And this year, that'll be the 3rd and 4th of December, and do our open house tours. If we didn't do it then, we couldn't let people come in and look, because, you know, we'll finish one party one night, and the next morning we're setting up for the next one. So, you know, we just had to shut down that first weekend in the month and do our tours. Our tours are going to be from 1 until 7 on Saturday, and then again from 1 until 5 on Sunday.
Okay.
So the times are a little bit different. But there's certainly time that you can come out in your busy day, go to dinner, come out before you go to dinner, spend some time with us. Now, special treat for the children, on Saturday and Sunday, I have it that Santa will be here to talk to them. And he's going to only be here, we think, between 3 and 5. He's got a lot of other commitments to make this time of the year. So he'll be coming out to visit with us here at Allendale between 3 and 5 on Saturday and Sunday. And if the children want to talk to Santa, put in that last-minute plug, certainly this place to be.
At risk of sounding bad of saying this, do you think he'd still let an old adult sit on his lap and get something, some kind of a wish? You know, I still like getting toys. I still like getting Christmas gifts. Santa's coming.
Rob,
that's pretty cool.
Rob, feel free to put in your 2 cents worth, and you'll just have to be hopeful that Santa's understanding of some things you've probably done during the year.
Here you am. Still trying to make up for those bad days through the years. That's exciting, though. You've got a wonderful event, Santa Claus coming. That's way too awesome, and like you said, he's got a busy schedule, so what was the time again, 3 to 5?
No, on 3 to 5, Saturday and Sunday. He'll be here during that same time frame. Mm-hmm.
Wow, what a neat visit that's going to be. I'll bet it takes a lot of community support to put something like this together, though, doesn't it?
It takes a lot of support. You know, most of our support this time of year comes from what we call our tree sponsors. These are people throughout the community and businesses that will sponsor a tree at Allendale, and that sponsorship allow us to have someone come in the case of this year, and most years it's Christian Barclay from Rainbow's End, but Christian will come in and do our decorating. It also allows us to supplement our existing decorations. We'll buy in some additional decorations to put with some of our old stuff, and that helps out. If I might add, or if I might mention real quickly, our tree sponsors that we have this year. Absolute Communications have been a long-time sponsor. Basemont, Asbury Place of Kingsport, they're a new sponsor this year. They're just getting a tree this year. AGC Glass Company, Armstrong Construction, BAE Systems, Dalton Direct Carpets. Ken has been out here doing some work and decorating, not decorating, but putting in some flooring for us. Dave Berry brings his toys out. Debbie Locke of Blue Ridge Properties sponsors a tree. Then you've got Eastman Chemical Company, Hamlet Dobson Funeral Homes, Hot Dog Hut, Terry Glass Construction Company, Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News, and last but not least, Tom Hatley of Pillar to Post. These sponsors allow us to decorate the way we do. It's not the same thing. If we didn't have these folks on board, it would look exactly the same every year because it would be extremely expensive to redo everything we have. So we're very thankful and appreciative of all the work and help they give us.
Well, and likewise, that makes me extremely thankful for their giving and support to make this effort possible. My goodness, what an impressive list! And please extend our thanks to those sponsors. And I hope visitors will come out and do the same thing by enjoying this great event. Right. Thank you for the tour. Thank you for the information. And boy, I look forward to December 3rd and 4th.
Do that. Come tour with us. Visit with Santa.
I'm going to visit with Santa, and I'm going to try to get my wish list fulfilled this year. Not a chunk of coal.
Okay. Trying something different. Thank you, Rob.
Try every chance we get.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. All right, we're here today with Jennifer Light, one of the brightest volunteers from the Leisure End. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you, Rob.
Certainly appreciate you being with us. We are excited to be here visiting with you today. We understand you are getting ready, as you always do, to kick off the Christmas season with a wonderful event.
That we are. What we're doing, Rob, is the annual 1818 Christmas at the Inn and our third annual Wreath Festival. And this party actually is a tradition almost 200 years old.
Wow.
So it's a very special event, and we look forward to it. It presents the inn at its absolutely most beautiful. In the early 1820s, after purchasing the inn and obtaining the stagecoach contract, Richard and Margaret Netherland began to hold an annual Christmas open house party. And they decorated the inn with all natural greenery, with fruits and berries and dried flowers. And this is the same style that the garden clubs here in Kingsport decorate our inn.
Wow.
We're very, very pleased and lucky to have them. They come in, they decorate all the rooms. The Netherlands had music and good food at their parties, and we will have the same at ours.
You're literally going to feel like 1814 here, aren't you?
1820 anyway.
1820.
Uh-huh. But it's just a fabulous event. From everything that we've studied, friends and relatives, neighbors of the Netherlands arrived by carriage and on horseback and in wagons, jingle bells going. They came to eat good food. And we hope our guests won't arrive on horseback, but we do invite them to come and to enjoy some wonderful Christmas music and some absolutely delicious food.
Yeah.
Our food this year will be catered, and it will be served in the bank barn, and that's where the Wreath Festival will be held.
Okay.
But guests are invited to walk all through the inn and see the beautiful decorations, all natural, done by the local garden clubs. And then to go over to the barn and enjoy some wonderful food. We probably won't be serving smoked venison and smoked bear, which the Netherlands did serve, but we will have some delicious refreshments and some wonderful music in the barn as well.
It may not be venison or beer, but plenty for folks to enjoy and get full on, I bet.
Plenty.
You know, you're carrying on a wonderful tradition here, and this place is absolutely gorgeous at Christmas.
That it is. As I said, it is probably the inn at its very most beautiful. It's beautiful all the time, but Christmas is just wonderful. There's a certain softness and glow to it
I agree.
at the holidays, and we're very proud of what we have here.
Well, and we likewise are extremely proud to be able to host and show off such a unique and historical facility. You do a lot year-round, not just for Christmas.
That's true, we do. We do. We have a lot of events. We open in April and remain open through the month of October. We host tours every weekend for anyone who wants to stop by, and we have lots of special events that go on that I'll have to tell you about sometime. But this particular event will take place Friday, December 9th from 6 to 8, Saturday, December 10th from 6 to 8, and Sunday, December 11th from 2 to 4.
Awesome. So you got a full weekend to come out and enjoy. Folks, you really don't have an excuse to miss this.
No, and we hope they won't. Like I said, folks used to arrive from all over the place. I understand they would come by buggy from Sullivan Gardens, and at that time it took 2 hours to get here in a buggy from Sullivan Gardens. But we invite folks from all over the region to come and see us at the inn at Christmas time.
Well,
Tickets are available downtown at a couple of locations. You can purchase a ticket at the Mustard Seed Cafe or the Haggle Shop, or at River Mountain Antiques, and I believe all those are on Broad Street.
Yeah.
Or any member of the steering committee will have tickets, and of course tickets are available at the door.
Fantastic, fantastic. You know, this is one of the more neat Christmas opportunities that we have here in Kingsport, I tend to think. I always have a soft spot for Netherland Inn, Exchange Place, and our historical attractions. This place just absolutely glows at Christmas, and it would be a real shame if our visitors don't come down and check this out. Now, it takes a lot of volunteer help to do this, doesn't it?
It takes quite a bit. As I said, we rely strongly on the garden clubs at this time of the year, but we also have a wonderful Christmas event committee who've been very, very active now for several months, lining up entertainment and food, and we will begin swarming around here the week before to help with the decorating and the straightening up. We are always in need of more volunteers.
Yeah.
And I encourage anyone who is interested to contact us. I can give you a couple numbers in a few minutes, but we do have a lot of volunteer support. We can always use a lot more. We are supported entirely by donations and special events like this one and our group tours, and we are an all-volunteer organization. We are one of the only museums in Northeast Tennessee that does not receive any state or federal funding.
Wow.
So
That's fascinating.
it is a labor, but it's a labor of love.
What a remarkable testimony to your volunteers.
We're very proud of our volunteers. Some have been with us a good long time, but we need some more.
Amen. Well, we're proud of you. It's absolutely one of the biggest treasures we have here at Kingsport. A very special event coming up here at Christmas.
Right.
Plenty of opportunities to get plugged in as a volunteer.
Absolutely.
And my goodness, what more can we add, Jennifer?
Tickets are $10. I can give you a phone number to call if you'd like more information. Is that all right? You can contact me, Jennifer Light, at 246-1104, or our event chair, Carolyn Allen, at 246-3263. I just encourage folks to come on out and enjoy this wonderful time at Netherland Inn.
And how? Well, I tell you, please, viewers, if you want just an absolutely gorgeous, fun, unique Christmas experience, give Jennifer or Carol a call, or get downtown on beautiful Broad Street at this time of year and pick up some tickets to the 1818 Christmas at Netherland Inn. Hey, Marshall. How are you?
Rob, how are you? Nice
Good
to see you.
Yeah.
You too. Thanks for coming out.
Well, appreciate you having us. Now,
Sure.
You're not dressed as Marshall today.
No, I'm getting in the spirit of our Christmas in the country, so I'm dressed in my Mr. Preston duds. Mr. Preston, of course, owned this farm back in the 19th century, and of course we do something out here in the spring in which I am Mr. Preston, and talk to second, third, fourth graders about life on the farm in 1851, and we have other people to talk about how the children were educated and how cooking was done. We do a very comprehensive program, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just Marshall wearing the clothes, but we're getting ready for our Christmas in the country, which will be on Saturday, December the 3rd, which is only in a couple of weeks.
Fantastic. Now that's a big event. That's always a really fun, one of Kingsport's more fun, I think, holiday events. Tell us a little bit more about Country Christmas.
Well, thank you for saying that. We enjoy it. We like Christmas, country Christmas in the country. We try to show people how Christmas was celebrated 160 years ago. With, of course, the modern amenities of the fact that you can drive in. But we have all sorts of things going on here. We will have traditional folk artisans out here displaying their wares, making the kind of things that people would have made back then. And then we also have people who will be selling wreaths and greens and other holiday decorations, and doing those kind of decorations that you're not going to find in Walmart, but that would have been done in the 19th century, and maybe give you some tips on how you can, once you purchase some of these, how you can tastefully decorate your homes, or maybe how you can make some of these on your own. We'll have some food out here. There'll be some baked goods. There'll be some kettle corn, which is always very popular. We'll have. I'll tell you an interesting thing we're going to have out. This is not out. You can't quite see it, but out back there we have something called the cook's cabin.
That's probably where I need to be.
Well, they're not going to be cooking in there that day. We are going to be cooking, but I'll tell you about that in a moment. But at the cook's cabin, we're going to have a couple of people who are going to be talking about literally what Christmas traditions in the 1840s, 1850s. Our historian, Suzanne Burrow, has been researching very carefully actually what people did at that time of the year. And so there's going to be discussions going on in the cook's cabin, and maybe some demonstrations of the kind of things that was done 160 years ago. But since you were talking about cooking, our kitchen, which is behind, you can just see it back there, just over the rise there at the schoolhouse.
Right behind us.
Right. Our kitchen is going to be in use. We're going to have our group, the Friends of the Fire, who are going to be cooking a meal using the open hearth, and they'll be discussing on telling people what they're doing and why they're doing it, and it's going to be an all-day process as they're going to be cooking a traditional meal. I don't know who's going to get the food on that, but they're going to be working, and they're going to be dressed in period clothes like I am, and they're going to be explaining how the people did this back then, what cooking entailed, and all the effort that it took to go into that. So that'll be particularly interesting. And we're going to have our blacksmith will be out here. Our blacksmith shop is way out that way, but he'll be out there demonstrating the blacksmithing technique, which he still uses today. He was out here for our fall festival. He's out here quite a bit, and his name is Greg, and he's going to be out here doing his demonstration, and it's really fabulous. It's great stuff.
Well, I think everybody should see that.
I do too.
You know, it's a really traditional, very impressive spread that you do here. I know because I've helped volunteer here before. You've got really a lot to offer the public in one day, so close to Christmas.
We think so, and the best part about it is that it's totally free. There's no admission charge. It's kind of our little gift to the people of Kingsport, Sullivan County, the whole Tri-Cities area. Of course, when we have admission charges, we do our spring garden fair and our fall festival. We charge a whopping $1 admission.
Is that all?
That's it. When we do those two events, that's all we charge. And when we have our Fun Fest event, our Farm Fest in the summertime, there's no charge for that, and there's no charge for this. We just want people to come out, see the place. It's kind of the last time you could see it in the calendar year, and then we're going to close down and we won't be doing anything until the spring.
That's super, and really, this is a great time to see the Exchange Place, all gussied up for the holiday season, and the aromas of the holiday season in the air, no less.
Absolutely.
And taking people back to when Christmas really centered on Christmas.
That's right, and we wind it up at, as I mentioned, it's Saturday, December the 3rd. We start at 10 o'clock in the morning, run until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then the grand finale, so to speak, around 4:15, we're going to do a Yule log ceremony, which we do every year. Get the Yule log going, have some wassail, like they sing in the song, and sing some Christmas carols, and just sort of finish off the day and kick off the Christmas season if you haven't already kicked it off with Black Friday. So that's one of the really great parts. We have some of our people who they dress up again in period clothes, little different period. They're more like 1870s Dickens era, and they'll get the fire going and lead people in Christmas carols. It's a very fun event.
Well, I think it's very safe to say our viewers don't want to miss this event, and I can't imagine a better way, quite frankly, to get into the Christmas spirit than to start it right here at the Exchange Place.
Well, thank you. We agree with all that. We think it's a wonderful event. Again, it's free to the public. It's a little gift to us, for the people of Kingsport, for supporting us. We are an all-volunteer organization, so we are all the people who are out here all the time are volunteering their time. So we want to say thank you to people who have volunteered at other events. Say, come on out if you think you might be interested in volunteering with us. We're always happy to have add more to the family.
Well, I tell you, it truly is a family, and safe to say, volunteering here is very much time well spent. What an experience you've got here.
Thank you. We believe that as well. Our volunteers are out here on innumerable hours. One of our fellows who's just recently retired, he and his wife moved to Kingsport. His wife says she doesn't see him nearly as much as she did when he worked, because he's out here. He does a lot of our kind of fixing up stuff, and he volunteers in the garden, and he does all sorts of things. And that's just typical of all of us. Our master gardener spends time out here. Suzanne, who I mentioned, not only the historian, she's kind of in charge of the animals, because we are a living history farm and we're a working farm. So besides the garden, we've got sheep and we've got pigs and we've got cows and we've got horses and chickens out here. And so Suzanne's kind of in charge of the animals. She spends, I don't know how much time out here. So everybody just puts in a lot of time, and it's because they love it, just because they love it.
Well, there's plenty to be done, and certainly plenty of need for volunteers, and like you said, I think safely said that it is truly a labor of love, and I have no doubt if viewers out there will come out, they will love it just the same. Marshall, thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob.
Wonderful visit, and I will be back here on December 3rd.
Well, good. If I could say one quick thing.
Oh, you absolutely may.
If people have any questions, they should call 423-288-6071.
Awesome.
And that they can ask questions about the event or anything else.
Awesome. Super. Marshall, thank you.
Thank you again.
All right.